Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I've not done a video in a while, so the wife's gone out to work on a shift, so I thought that I'd get the camera rolling. So in this video I want to discuss my recent pickups. I might do a regular series of this on my channel because I do pick stuff up all the time, and generally it's only a few bits here and there, arcade boards, things of that nature that I actually bother to do a video about. But I might do a regular series of pickups because I do pick up a lot of games, retro games and current games, but mainly this will be focused on retro games. So this is pickup number one. There's quite a few bits here that I've picked up over the last month or so, but I just haven't even had a chance to look at it. So I thought I'd open them up now and get the camera rolling and film it, and for you guys to watch. So let's have a look. We've got a strange box here. I have actually already undone it because I wondered what was in there, but let's take a look at this. So okay, so this is some Mvs cartridges. So as we can see there, this is King of Fighters 97, which I didn't have on the Mvs. So that's an Mvs, my arcade cab behind me. So this will just slot in the motherboard there, and I'll be able to play it on this cab. So I'll feature this in another video. But I've actually got the whole series now, from King of Fighters 94 right the way through to King of Fighters, I think it was 2003, I think was the last one, but on Mvs. So yeah, happy to have that one. So that's just the cartridge. It's got the two circuit board PCBs in there, one for audio and one for the graphics. So that's that, nothing too exciting. Okay, next one, again for the Mvs. So this is Real Bout Fatal Fury Special. Some might say that this is the best Fatal Fury game in the series, but the Real Bout games are definitely improvement over the regular Fatal Fury games in terms of the graphics, the presentation and the gameplay. I think is absolutely superb. So that's that one, Real Bout Fatal Fury Special. Next box is this one. Okay, so this is Aero Fighters 3. Again, it's for the Mvs, same boards. If we can look, I wasn't too impressed with the seller here. I mean, this looks like someone's taken this outer casing shell, whatever you want to call it, of the cartridge and just scraped it along the pavement. So yeah, it's pretty beaten up and battered, but at the end of the day, it's only going to go in this arcade machine behind me. So yeah, it would have been nice to get a perfect condition one, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. So the next one, I've been after this game for a while, never really saw it for a decent price, but this one is Galaxy Fight, Universal Warriors. Now I think that these labels that this guy does are sort of reproduction labels, they're not the originals that were put on the cartridges, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not too bothered. Again, it's exactly the same. This cartridge is actually in good condition. Doesn't look like it's been dragged across the pavement. So yeah, quite happy to have this one. I got it for an alright price as well. I'm actually joined to the Neo Geo forums on Facebook. So there's a couple of reliable sellers on there, and this was from one guy up there. He was in America. So I sent him a PM and he got me these games. So I probably will buy some games from him in the future. There's a couple of others on there, so I might even try one of those. But this is Galaxy Fight for the Mvs. Okay, this game, I really do love this on the Mvs. I've been after this one for a while, but this is Ninja Masters. And I really like this game. It's weapon based. not as good as it is playing sort of third fiddle or whatever you want to call it to the Samurai Showdown series and the Last Blade certainly. But again, the cartridge is a little bit beaten up. Looks like it's been just lightly brushed against the pavement, but not like the Aero Fighters 3, which obviously looks like it's been dragged across the pavement, trod on, someone's wiped their arse on it and all that. But yeah, this one's alright. Again, probably a reproduction label, but I'm not too... Some people are really anal about the labels, but I'm not bothered. I'm just looking to build up a decent MVS collection because I can't get all of these games on the AES. So happy to have that. So and those are the only MVS games that, or the first MVS games that I've actually picked up in a long while. So really, really happy to have that. So let's have a look at the next one. Okay, this one. Now this is from Lukey Games, which I've recently discovered, and they're based in America, but they got some real good stuff on there, retro games mainly, and real good price. So this is a box, so let's have a look in here. I have already sort of undone it here, just to see what was in there, but let's have a look at these games. Okay, so I've got a stack of games here. So the first one is Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Now, I actually had that on PAL release, and yeah, games generally on the older systems weren't optimised, you know, full speed, full screen, and yeah, the PAL games which I grew up with in the UK and they have here in Australia are yeah, renowned for being slower. I mean, when they moved on to PlayStation 2, a lot of the games were, I do believe it's 60 Hertz optimised, so you had an option on there. So generally I will pick those games up, but I thought as these were so cheap, these were like a few dollars each or whatever, so I thought I'd pick them up. So this is the NTSC US versions of the games. So as we can see there, I mean, this comes with the manual and the map, so might have a more detailed look at that. But that's Grand Theft Auto Vice City. The next one, as the pile of games are falling off my lap, is, and this is in really good condition, Grand Theft Auto 3. So there's that one. Again, it comes with the map, the booklet and the disc. These are all NTSC US. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and to be honest with you, I actually prefer these older GTA games to the modern games. I find the modern games are just, this one doesn't have the map. I did email customer services for Lukey Games and said, well, it was advertised as complete, it's not complete, the map's missing. And they actually came back and said accessories, things like maps and things, they don't class as the complete completionist items, only the manual and the disc, which I thought was bizarre. They did say that I could send it back, but I mean, yeah, be careful if you order things off there, because if you think something's complete and it should come with everything, you know, a map, they don't agree. So yeah, that's that one. Still happy to have it. I do have these on PAL actually, and so I've got a map in that, so I'm not too bothered. Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories, again on PS2, and this is NTSC US. So they're all in great condition. It doesn't have a map, but not too fussed. I mean, I don't think I ever really used it anyway, but it would have been nice just to have in the box. One of my favourite games, I remember actually doing this, finishing this back in the day, and this is Twisted Metal Black. So this is brilliant. Now again, this is the NTSC version. I had the PAL version back in the day, and I do remember there was a bit of controversy around this because there's a level where a plane gets shot down, and it was all around, I do believe, the 9/11 you know, stuff that was happening. And yeah, because of that, and obviously the sensitive nature, they actually stopped the plane from actually coming down, you know, actually being able to see it in the game and crashing down, I do believe, specifically in the PAL regions. And it was already down, the plane was already down on the actual playing field. But I'm not sure if this is uncut. I think it might be in there, which is strange because this is the US release, but we'll have to see, have to check that one. But yeah, Twisted Metal Black, one of my favourite games on the PS2. Street Fighter 2 Anniversary Edition, so this is again US, and this is the Anniversary Collection, which has got 2 classic fighting games. It's got Street Fighter 3 Third Strike and Street Fighter 2 Anniversary Edition, so yeah, happy to have that. I do believe as well that... Okay, I think I remember somewhere that this has got the animated movie on it, but it might have, it might not. You know, do you remember the old Street Fighter anime cartoon, which was pretty good? So I'm not sure if that is actually on there. Some people said that it is, but okay. Again, NTSC. This is Star Wars Force Unleashed. Now, who the hell doesn't like a Star Wars game? I love Star Wars, grew up with it. I think I watched, I was born in 75, so I wouldn't have seen Star Wars at the cinema, but I definitely saw Empire Strikes Back, which was 1980, so I would have been 5 years old, and certainly Return of the Jedi I saw as well. But yeah, this comes with the manual and the disc, so pretty good. Resident Evil Dead Aim. Now, not one of the best in the series, but from what I understand, but I just wanted to collect the Resident Evil games. Again, the manual and the disc. Really good condition. Resident Evil 4. Now, I've never played this one, but I saw my brother play it when it was first released. I think on the... Was it on the GameCube or something? But anyway, yeah, it comes with a manual and the disc. But yeah, it looked really good when I saw him play it. This is one of my favourites. I did finish back in the day on the Dreamcast though. And this is Resident Evil Code Veronica. Code Veronica X there. So really good. Again, comes with the manual and the disc. Most of these should be complete. Right, here we have in some bubble wrap some PlayStation 1 games. So we've got Resident Evil Director's Cut. I've never actually played the Director's Cut version of the game. I had the original back in the day. I got it at launch back in the UK. I remember I went to the midnight opening of Electronics Boutique, I think it was back in the day. But this comes with the manual and the disc. It's just a black disc. Again, this is the NTSC US version of the game. So that's on the PlayStation 1. Resident Evil 2. Now, I had to get this because I've recently, well, I picked up at launch Resident Evil 2 Remake on the PlayStation 4. Big fan of Resident Evil 2. I used to do speed runs of this back in the day. I wasn't working at the time, so ashamed to say. So I used to just play this back to back twice and get through it. Now, I didn't get the fastest of times, but I could get through it in about an hour and a half, something like that. And again, this is a double, well, this one's a double disc with the manual and the disc there, and then just the manual there. So it's for the two characters, Leon and Claire, I do believe. So that's Resident Evil 2, again on the PS1. Another game, just to complete it, Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. Now, this was one that I didn't really play, which was surprising because obviously I was a big fan of Resident Evil 2 in particular. Again, manual and the disc. Now, yeah, my brother played through this and he completed it and everything else. But so it'd be good to actually play through this one. And Resident Evil Survivor, again on the PlayStation 1. Again, these are all US NTSC discs. So there's the disc, there's the manual, So that's that bundle of games. Okay guys, so we've got this box here. So this box. So this looks like it's from Japan or something, but let's open this box up. Okay, so it appears I know what these are now. So these look like they're more PlayStation 2 games. Incidentally guys, I actually play these games. I've got a modded PlayStation 2 Slim console that actually plays anything that I throw into it. So it plays all region PS1 games, all region PS2 games, and I bought it specifically for that region, for that reason. And I did have a PS1 back in the day and a PlayStation 2, but I just, like many people did, I used to trade the consoles in. When a new console came out, traded the old ones in. I mean, had I known what I know now, I never would have done that, but you know, I didn't have much money, so that's what I did. That's what I did back in the day. So yeah, just picking these things up now. I didn't want to pick up a separate PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, so I just got a PlayStation 2 Slim that was modded. So here we have Devil May Cry. Now this is the NTSC Japanese version. The reason I got this was because they were cheap, and also I got these off of eBay, and also because apparently you don't need much knowledge in the way of Japanese to play it. So it comes with the manual and the disc. So games that obviously are Japanese but you can still get through and play them, then you know, I will pick up if they're cheap enough. Devil May Cry 2. So again, this has got the manual and it's got the discs in there. So it's got 2 DVDs. And Devil May Cry 3. Now I do understand that there's a special edition version of this. That's like almost like a director's cut or extended version. So I probably will pick that up as well. These are all really, really cheap. So I think I got all 3 for about $20 or something, maybe even less than that. But comes with the manual, comes with the disc. So happy to have those in my collection. I do actually have the remastered versions of those. I think on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox I may have bought them on. And did they release them on the PlayStation 4? I can't remember. But I have them on those, but I just, because I like collecting for the Sony consoles in particular, and PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2, I love collecting these games on the original format and software. Okay, you've got another box here. And this is from Lukey Games as well. So this came separate to the other box, and this was the recent one that came through. But like I said, these came through. I ordered these within the last, I think it was within the last month or so. But I'm just so bad at opening stuff and everything else, and a lot of the time I have to wait for my wife to go out because she doesn't know that I've purchased half this stuff, and she'll start moaning and whining and nagging and things like that. But oh, okay, so this looks interesting, this box here, so let's have a look. Okay, so I've got some Nintendo 64 games. Now recently I've been trying to get together a Nintendo 64 collection. I loved it back in the day. I had it at launch, the Nintendo 64. Okay, back in the UK, so the games were PAL and slower. But yeah, so I didn't want to get another PAL console. Well, I did pick up another PAL console some years ago, and I've got a stack of N64 PAL games, obviously run slower. But Lukey Games have obviously been a US site. I've got the NTSC versions of the games. So, and a lot of them are fairly cheap, fairly affordable, you know, they don't break the bank. So I want to get together an NTSC collection of games, specifically my favourite ones. So yeah, this is, so the first one is South Park. Love South Park, to be honest with you. These are just empty games. To be honest with you, I'm not bothered about the boxes because they were cardboard and they broke easily and got scuffed. So I'm not too bothered. I did pick up recently, actually, which I will show you at the end of this video, 2 NTSC N64 games, which are my favourite games on the system. So I got those boxed and complete, but I will show you those. So yeah, that's South Park. Next one, Mission Impossible. Now I quite like this game, in particular the embassy level. So I'm assuming that all of these are original games. I suppose I could open them up and check the PCB inside, match it against the various websites that are available to show you the authenticity, that you've actually got an authentic game, because there are a lot of reproduction cartridges around now. But I definitely do that with the MVS games, so they will be opened and I will be checking the PCBs. But the seller was quite reliable and sent me the PCB photos anyway prior to purchase, so I can just double check those. Okay, South Park Rally. Now generally the racing game that I play on the N64 is Mario Kart, which me and my brother played to death. But yeah, I thought I'd just try something else. I like South Park. I like the humour of South Park. So yeah, thought I would get that game. But okay, the next one. These are the ones that I really was after getting. So I will be checking that these are all authentic and original and everything. But this is Zelda, Ocarina of Time. So this is the gold collector's edition or whatever, but again doesn't have the box. But yeah, I completed this one back in the day. This was one of probably the only Zelda game I ever completed. So that's Ocarina of Time. Then we've got Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. This is the hologram edition that they had. It was a few dollars extra, so I thought go for that. Didn't really know what it was going to be, but obviously it's just hologram. Again, it's just the cartridge only, boxed and complete. You're looking at double, triple the price. So I got this one. And a game that I never owned, but my brother still, to this day, he has this from his original collection, and he's got it boxed and complete like all of his Nintendo games, including Majora's Mask, and that is Conker's Bad Fur Day. Now, I was really after this one, but this goes for a ridiculous price. I do believe it's the most expensive, or one of the most expensive games on the system, in particularly boxed. I mean, boxed and complete, you're looking at $250, $300 plus for it. I got just the cartridge. I think just the cartridge cost about $90 I got this for. So that's pretty good. But yeah, with the N64 games, they just have the one PCB going through it or inside the cartridge. Okay, another PlayStation 1 game, and now this is Xena, Warrior Princess. I did love this back in the day. I loved watching the Xena, Warrior Princess TV show. I was a big fan of that and watched it religiously. And my favourite bit was where she used to throw that frisbee thing, whatever it was, the flying disc. Can't remember the name of it, but you've actually got that in this game. And when you throw it, it goes to first person, I do believe. But yeah, it comes with, this is complete, so this comes with the disc. That does look, disc looks rather dodgy, so I will have to, it's a black disc, so, and it comes with the booklet as well. Okay, and now I've got these games. I do have a 32X. I have a modded one, so it plays NTSC and PAL games. So yeah, I literally don't have any games for it. I just picked up the system because I use the EverDrive with it. But I thought, oh, I'll get some games, and these came on. They only had one copy. They said they were boxed complete. So this is Star Wars Arcade on the 32X. So as we can see there, So if we open this up, we've got in there the cartridge, and there's an instruction manual there as well. So let's get this instruction manual out. I've never actually seen a 32X instruction manual before, so I think what I'll do at a later date is I'll do a more detailed, we'll go through the manuals and have a detailed look at the games. This is just a pick-up video, just an overview. So that's that one. And then I've got these two. Now, it says boxed and complete. Now, these aren't the original boxes, are they? So let's have a look and see what we've got in here. This is Virtual Racing. Okay, so this is Virtual Racing Deluxe. And this is the manual. Now, is this a reproduction manual, just a copy? It kind of feels like it, but yeah, I'll have to contact Lukey Games about that, because you know, advertise something as boxed and complete and then have it in just a box like this. I mean, it's probably more hard wearing than the generic cardboard box. So, you know, am I really bothered? I don't know. I've got the game. And then one that I really did want, and again they've done exactly the same thing. So this was advertised as boxed and complete, and this is Doom on the 32X. Now this is one of my favourite games on the PC and on the PlayStation 1. But again, you've got the cover in there. So okay, so the cartridge actually fits inside. So there's the cartridge. There's the manual. So this one looks more sort of legit than the Virtual Racing one. Yeah, because the Virtual Racing one has electronic arts written in the cover. So yeah, just got to be careful what Lukey Games do, but at least it's not loose, I suppose. But yeah, it would have been nice if they were the actual, all of the original boxes. And these were the two games that I picked up a while ago. These are boxed and complete. These are NTSC versions. So this is GoldenEye. Now I've got it in the in this plastic protector case, but yeah, there's GoldenEye. Good old GoldenEye. Love this game. So it comes with the insert, the game cartridge, and the manual. And I love manuals. Oh, bits and pieces dropping out there on the floor. So yeah, you've got all these offer booklets inside. Sorry about that. There's some tropical birds outside making a weird noise. But yeah, I love the film GoldenEye as well. So that's that one. And then we have Perfect Dark. So yes, this is the sequel to GoldenEye on the N64. It came out afterwards. A lot of the gameplay is similar, but they enhanced it. It doesn't have the James Bond. They didn't get another license for James Bond, so they kind of did an independent game with Joanna Dark, I do believe. And this was Perfect Dark. It's a really good game. The multiplayer is superb in my opinion. In particular, you can still play it even if you haven't got friends round. You can just set up a load of bots and you can actually play this game. But okay, so there's the cartridge. And there's some booklets inside. So just gives you information. I really miss the full colour booklets that we used to get in games. To me, that's a big part of gaming, so I do miss that. So yeah, and I've got these plastic protector things for them, so just to keep the boxes nice and sort of pristine, stop them from getting knocked and damaged and things like that. But yeah guys, that is my recent pickups. This is pickup video number 1. So hopefully this is something that I continue with in the future. I will do more in-depth look at these games when I do the collection on, say for example, N64, and I'll show you guys in more detail the N64 games that I have, and do the same with Ps1 and Ps2. I don't collect for many systems. These are generally the systems that I do collect for, but these are the games. Overall, I'm really happy. Apart from the 32X games, I did want them boxed and complete. And yeah, that's sneaky of Lukey Games to actually do that, list it as boxed and complete. Okay, there is a manual in there. It's questionable whether that's the original manual that was supplied with the game, so I will be checking that out. But it's certainly not the original boxes. In particular for Virtua Racing, that is definitely not the correct box for the game. So yeah, a little bit peed off about that, because I was going to get together a 32X collection of the games, of the box games. So I might have to get those elsewhere now, but they were only cheap, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do there. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're thinking or wondering what game that is in the background, that's Samurai Showdown 5 Special, which is one of my favourite games in the Samurai Showdown series. It's up there with number 2 in my opinion, though I have been enjoying number 4 recently, and on the PlayStation 4, the Samurai Showdown remake. But this is Samurai Showdown 5 Special. This isn't the original MVS cartridge. It's one that I do hope to get eventually when I've got more money, but generally the game goes for about 1,500 Australian dollars, so it's a lot of money to justify really. So this is the 111 in 1 multi-cart I've got in the MVS cab, and it's running off of that, and that's generally the only game that I play on the off that multi-cart. That's why I bought the multi-cart. It's nice and cheap, sort of $50, $40 multi-cart or whatever. So yeah, that's that playing in the background. So we'll do a more featured video on this cab again in the future with all my MVS games, and we'll do an overview and stuff like that. That's one of my videos I've got planned. But I hope you enjoyed this video guys. It sort of went on for a bit longer than I wanted it to. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please hit that thumbs up button. Please subscribe to my channel. I do appreciate all you guys that have subscribed to it. It is growing very, very slowly, but it is growing. So that's the main positive to bring away from that. But also hit the notification bell button so you get the notifications when I upload a new video. Hoping to get more videos up on my channel. I do appreciate your support and your feedback. Cheers guys, and I'll see you in another video.